Coach Brad Laird, the defensive coordinator and the safeties coach for the Demons. Today we're focusing on the safeties. Talk about the group that you had as you walked into camp and how they have evolved in the first week.
I'll tell you, we got 12 guys, working with 3 positions there at safety. And I tell you, it's so much from last spring through the summer and through now the first, 6 days of practice. I mean, it's night and day. A lot's on their shoulders as far as what we're asking them to do defensively. The thing that they've done day in and day out, they've come to work mentally and physically. It's not an opportunity to take either one of those off because both of them are very important at that safety position. So, got 2 seniors in the group and 12 overall, and those guys have, from last spring to where we are right now, have come a long way.
Tell me about those 2 seniors.
Yeah, Austin Baltazar, who started last year, junior college transfer. Really probably the vocal one in the back end as far as the safeties and probably really the DBs. And the safeties have to be vocal. Those guys. We've asked a lot of them. There's a lot of checks, a lot of changes, and so they got to communicate. Lionel Williams, Lionel's one that back in the spring. Looking at a different couple of spots for him, had him as, our buck linebacker. Felt like we had an opportunity there at our star position, so we moved him right there at the beginning of spring, and it's really come on. It's kind of a different position for him than what he has played, but from the last spring and through the summer to where he is now, he's made a lot of progress in that position.
All right, what about some of the other veteran guys back?
If you look at the ones that started last year along with AB, you got Ryan Reed and Nick Ford. And I say both of them together because both of them didn't go through spring. I didn't have the opportunity to evaluate them. They did a great job mentally as far as paying attention in meetings and also this summer. And so this is my 6th practice to be able to see them. I've been proud of them, watching the progress that they've made. Ian Edwards, he's a guy that we moved from corner. May have played some corner and safety last year, but I think mostly corner. We moved him to safety to try to compete for a job. The thing we have in those positions is we got competition. Along with Lionel at the star position with Nick Ford, you got Malik Sanye, who got a lot of reps in the spring, and it really helped him over the spring and over the summer to where he is now.
Okay, now you have some new faces back there and young guys.
Yeah, you look at, we didn't really sign anyone. We signed Trey Williams, who is actually playing corner for us right now, but Hayden Bourgeois is one that was here on campus last year but did not participate. We didn't have him in the spring. So he's, to me, he was kind of like Nick and kind of like Ryan. I hadn't had the opportunity to see until the summer. So, he's been one that's really come on and made some progress, and he's learning the system. Kevin Ratliff, a junior college transfer, he's in the same boat, still learning the system, but day in and day out, you see him getting better.
Okay, and for the next week, what's the line of progression for this position group?
Well, we got to continue along. We're going to continue to put more on them. Each and every day, we're going to continue to install, and the key to that position is understanding what we've installed. Now we got to move forward with new install and continue to progress on the field, being consistent. I think that's the main thing. That they show so many signs of being great. It's just being consistent day in and day out, and that's what I like to see.